What you doing, Luna? Hi! Oh, you're gonna lay down right there. Okay, you're gonna watch the camera. Alright, you feel good, girl. You watch that camera for me. Yes. That was my dog. I love her. And I have to go back to school soon and I will miss her. So she is here with me. Yes. She will make a bunch of weird noises, I know. So, here it is, the 5K special. Ta-da! You do it, boo. So, wow, that was a wonderful turnout. I was surprised. I thought no one would ask me questions, so it's really great that you yeah, I know. It's so great that you all did. And you asked me some interesting questions, too, that I never would have thought to ask. So that's really cool. So I'm just going to read them from my phone in order in which, I know, Luna, do you see the screen, Luna? Do you see the screen, Luna? In order which they appear on my thing, so in no particular order. Here we go. Jamin J1456 asks, what's your favorite video game series? Luna, I know. That's a really hard question, because there are a lot of good video games. There are a lot of good video games, Luna. I really like Legend of Zelda, obviously. Ocarina of Time was the first game I ever played when I was 7, like the first real game. So Legend of Zelda will always hold a very special place in my heart. I really love the Persona series, actually. I've played the 3rd game and about half of the 4th one. I got really frustrated on Naoto's dungeon and I haven't played it since then. I should really get to finishing that. And as soon as I save up enough money to get a PS4, you know I'm getting Persona 5, because hell yeah. I like the Persona series a lot. Oh, Luna. I recently just purchased the first Danganronpa game on Steam, and I'm loving it so far. Like, it's seriously great. Like, for me, it's weird. Like, I don't really like straight visual novels that are just text and just reading, because then they tend to bore me a little bit, and I think, why did I spend so much money on this? It's just text. But, I absolutely love visual novel games with gameplay aspects. So, like, Trauma Center was a great series when I was a kid. I'm trying to think. I know there's more. Oh, Professor Layton, if that counts. I think that probably counts. That was a great series, too, when I was a kid. I'm loving Danganronpa. I really want to try Zero Escape Room. The Notary Games. Whatever it's called! Zero Time Escape! Is 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Door. That game. I want to try that game. A lot. So yeah, Danganronpa, it's Detective Conan meets the Hunger Games, which is awesome. So I really love that series. I think my all-time favorite, though, have to give it to Portal. This Portal is awesome, and it's the best thing ever. A lot of people have mentioned that my Monica voice reminds them of GLaDOS, and that's probably because she kind of is teenage GLaDOS. So yeah. I love Portal. Samuel Quill asks, what advice would you give for voice acting or anything like that? Just do it. I mean, that's, you know, I've been recording myself reading things for years, and it's just a matter of doing it. Theater helps. Doing theater helps a lot, because you have to work on your pronunciation. Look at me, I can't even pronounce this. Your pronunciation and your projection a lot. So you have to focus on making your voice really clear and heard for live theater, which helps a lot. And you end up doing a lot of different voices and stuff, especially if you're in ensembles or you play multiple roles. Theater helps, but it's just a matter of just talking to yourself a lot. That's what I do. I'm weird. I just talk to myself constantly, and I make up different voices. Lord Shrek asks, when will Badum Part 5 come out? Yesterday. Jonathan CW asks, how old are you? Are you studying? Do you live with others? I am studying. I am a creative writing major currently at a college. I live with my 5 roommates who are randomly assigned to me. Luna. I live with my 5 roommates who are randomly assigned to me, one of whom happens to be Allie Meese, who has been in 2 of my videos before. More recently, the Yuri and Natsuki Are Not Okay video, and she will definitely be appearing in more things in the future. So she's one of my roommates. Yeah, I live in a dorm. It's fun. Not really. Flash64 asks, who's your favorite fictional character? that's impossible to answer because there's so many. I'll name some. I love GLaDOS from Portal. That's obvious enough. That should be obvious enough to you by now. I love Monica and all the characters from DokiDoki Literature Club a lot. I love Riska Circuit from Homestuck, and Dave Strider, and Terezi, Pyrovie, and Roxy. I just love all the Homestuck characters, really. Homestuck is a great, great webcomic, and anyone who's never read it before, do not avoid it because the fan base is awful. It's actually, like, legitimately really good. Oh, you want your tummy rubbed. It's actually legitimately really good, and the fans give it a bad rap. It's like Hetalia. It's a great show, and it's a great fandom, but the really vocal fans just don't make it fun. Who else do I really like? I love Harley Quinn, if you couldn't tell by my shirt. Harley is my baby, and I love her. I love her so much. Who else? I love Snoopy from Charlie Brown. That's a good one. That's a random one. That's all I can think of the top of my head. Danganronpa's on my mind because I've been playing it like non-stop for the last 3 days. So I really like Toko so far. She's literally me. Though I haven't gotten super far in the game, so she might not be me. I don't know. I also like Junko. I know she's dead. I have a feeling that's not the last you're going to see of her, though. I've seen some pictures of her with the Monokuma headpiece instead of the bunny, so I have a feeling that's not the end of Junko. I liked Leon. He was cute. Poor Leon. Poor Leon. Leon. Okay, anyway. Noah the Notorious asks, how do you decide what voices you like for certain characters like Monica or Natsuki? With the DDLC cast, part of it was voices that I thought fit, part of it was voices to make sure the cast was varied. So Sayori, who many of you think is not the right voice for her, ended up with such a low pitch with my, I'm running my throat over gravel voice because, I already had Yuri, who was really high-pitched, and I already had Natsuki, who was really high-pitched, and I was afraid you wouldn't be able to tell Sayori apart from those other two if she was also high-pitched. If she also had a high-pitched voice. Yuri, I based on Ali Misa's voice, because originally I was going to do a lot lower voice for Yuri, but then Ali Misa did her voice up here like this when we were playing through the game by ourselves. And I loved it so much that I kind of copied it. She does a lot better job than I do, but I attempt. Luna. Natsuki and Monica's voices were the two. Oh, bye, Luna. Have fun. Natsuki and Monica's voices were the two that I had in my head since the beginning. I loved Jillian Ashcraft, what she did with it, but that's not the voice I had in my... I always had this kind of voice in my head when I thought of Monica. Maybe just because that's the kind of voice those characters usually have. And Natsuki's a tsundere. Obviously she's gonna have a voice like this, like seriously. She's a lolly tsundere. That's literally the lolly tsundere voice. But it really fits her too, so yeah. Bobby Ashley asks, just wanted to know what you think about the new Portrait of Markov game coming out this year. I am so hyped for this game. I wonder if it's gonna be another visual novel, because I know Dan Salvato has mentioned developing more visual novel type games, or I wonder if it's gonna be completely different. I don't know anything about it. But I really hope there's at least cameos from the DDLC characters. I really hope they're involved somehow. I have my own personal theory. That somehow these girls were experimented on. And at the very least, Monica was an actual person that got imported into the game. It's my personal theory. It has no basis in reality. It's just what I thought would make a cool story. And I've kind of been doing that a little bit in Monica Plays. There have been little hints that she's actually a real person in there sometimes. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I can't wait to see what Dan Salvato is going to come up with. I really hope there's no voice acting so I can add it in. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm pumped. Mind Smosh asks, what made you get into doing the whole YouTube thing, i.e. friends, other YouTubers for fun, etc.? I've been trying to do YouTube for years. I've made a couple attempts. I think the first one was when I was 15, and I first did World of Warcraft Let's Plays, and then I did a playthrough of Amnesia: The Dark Descent with my crappy computer microphone. Woo! I actually finished it, and did it, yeah. And then I had this weird thing where I sporked really bad fanfiction. But then my conscience kind of got to me and I stopped doing it because I thought it was kind of bad and mean. And then about 6 months to 8, yeah, it was probably 6 months before I started again, was when I first opened this channel and I did some vocal dubs. I did some voice acting stuff, but it never really got off the ground. I think the reason this time I got off the ground was A, I got on the DokiDoki hype train really early, but B, I started uploading my videos to Reddit, and that got a lot more attention. But why I started again this time was because I just got into school. The school I go to was saying, oh yeah, there's jobs for everybody here. Everyone and their mom can get a part-time job. That wasn't true. I applied for 3 different jobs and I got interviews for 2 of them, but I got none of them. I knew a friend who even had work study and she applied for 6 different jobs, got interviews for I think 2 of them, and didn't get any of those either. And, you know, my parents kept bugging me to get a job. I wanted to have money. And then I said to myself one day, fuck it, I'm going to try this YouTube thing again. And I did. And then it worked. And here I am. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? You're blocking my camera, Luna. Luna! Help, I'm being molested by my dog. Ah! Luna! What are you doing? Lay down. Hi. 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 Hello. 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 Lay down, Luna. Lay down. I know you want affection and attention. Good girl. Woof. Yes, all the noises have been my dog. I thought it would be a good idea to have her guest star. You just make lots of noise, don't you? Yes, you do. I hope you've been enjoying the cute wooфs. You're my woofer bear. Yes. Okay. Next question. Inquisitor Thomas asks, there's this weird rabbit cat that keeps insisting that you make a contract with him for unholy powers. Should I accept it? Yes. Make a contract with me, become a magical girl, and I'll be all sunshine and rainbows, and you'll be happy with all your friends, and no one's gonna die! Learn from my mistakes. Kick him in the balls. Guinea Pig asks, is there an email you have, or could have that would be for literature-specific questions because I'm an aspiring writer and would like to get some advice from a college student? But if not, then my question would be, how did you develop such artistic and sophisticated vocabulary? Did it just come naturally from going down the path you went, or did you take time to learn it? As for the first part of your question, the best place you can contact me right now is through my Tumblr, because there's no character cap, and then you can ask questions and I can answer you in essay-long paragraphs that will explain in exact detail what you want to know. As for your second question, how did I develop such artistic and sophisticated vocabulary? A lot of that comes from reading H.P. Lovecraft and a lot of older, challenging works. H.P. Lovecraft in specifics has a lot of complicated language he uses, and older authors in general tend to use a lot more complicated language. But honestly, the best thing you can do, it's like voice acting, you just keep writing, really. That's the best advice you're going to get, is just keep writing. Just don't stop, and never stop. As soon as you have an idea, write it down. It doesn't matter how good it is, how crappy it is, you will get better. Just keep writing it. Nathan Maynard asks, in your opinion, what is the best way to start off the first chapter when writing a story? When I'm writing a story, generally I know where I'm going to start the story and where I'm going to end the story. If you're looking for plot lines, a good place to start is try to come up with a scene that will introduce your character. Don't just introduce them to the camera because that sounds cheesy. Like, don't say, hi, I'm so-and-so. This is my age and I go to this school. No, find a way to introduce them naturally through dialogue or through the situation. So I have a story where it stars a young boy who goes out into the woods and finds this old lady who tells him a bunch of stories, which is the prologue for the novel I recently finished. So how I introduce him is I introduce him through his tormentor, this bully Bick, who makes fun of him a lot. And then through dialogue, and then once he meets this old crotchety lady, through more dialogue, and then through asides that he says, I gradually introduce him. I don't really describe him physically, I don't really describe his age, but that's kind of how I ease people into the story. I find starting a little earlier than the action, but not too much earlier, is a good place to start. Prologues can be good at this. But if you want to start right in the first chapter, think of a scene that will lead directly into the action. Don't start too early, but don't start right in the middle either. Undead Luciel asks, have you ever considered dubbing the entire DDLC game? I'm not trying to pressure you or anything, just curious. I've recorded a video on that very subject, and I'm going to release it very soon. Maybe in a couple of days. The bottom line of it is that I would love to do that, but there are a couple things that I need to have available to be able to dub the whole game. So look at that, and maybe all of you can find a way to help if you want. So yeah, sorry I didn't really answer that, but it'll be answered soon, I promise. Emily Zielinski? Sorry. Asks, do you know the Yuri is Libitina theory? If so, what are your thoughts? Yes, I do know it. I believe there's something going on here. I think it'd probably be more centered around Monica than Yuri, if I'm honest. Just because Monica is the one who stands out in the literature club. Monica is the one who gains self-awareness. So why does she gain self-awareness exactly? I have a feeling it's because she's a real person, maybe. Then again, Sayori does gain... I don't really know. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's very possible. I don't know if it's the correct theory or not. There's something going on. There is some kind of connection to Dan Salvato's new game and DokiDoki Literature Club. Is it Salvato or Salvato? Salvato, I think. I don't know. There's something going on. I don't know if MatPat's necessarily 100% right, but there's something going on, at the very least. Lodak77 asks, who's the best waifu? I'm assuming you mean in DokiDoki Literature Club. Objectively speaking, Monica is best waifu, just because she's Monica. But I'm on the Trapsiki train all the way to hell. Toot toot! Muro asks, what got you into DokiDoki? I don't remember exactly. I have a feeling it was through the Nightmind Reddit. I think that's where I first saw it. I think someone made a post about it and said, oh my god, look at this game, it's crazy. And then I looked it up on Steam, and I saw the warning. And I said, okay, well, either it's going to deal with depression and stuff, or it's a horror game. I figured it was the latter. Obviously, I was right. And I looked at this, and I said to myself, this is going to be really big in like a month. So I saw it was free. I downloaded it. I played it. And then I realized I was on a freaking gold mine, and I made a video, and it actually got views, and I was like, holy cow! And the rest is history. Actually, I did really fall in love with the game, though. I forgot to mention, I played the final section where Monica says your username if you're on Windows, and I screamed so loudly that Allie Meese next door texted me. I was like, are you okay? Are you dying in there? And I'm like, no, I'm not dying, I promise. Moonsen asks, what equipment do you use and what methods for voice acting do you recommend? As far as equipment goes, my microphone is a Blue Yeti microphone, which is like top of the line amateur, so it's not ungodly expensive, but it's getting up there. I use Sony Audio Forge for recording my voice, and I use Sony Platinum Movie Maker for the videos. I do have Adobe stuff, but I just haven't gotten into it yet because it's really kind of complicated to try to figure out how to use, and the Sony stuff works perfectly fine for my everyday usage. So I probably will stick with that unless I have stronger needs when it comes to editing things. So yeah, that's my equipment. I forgot to mention, my Blue Yeti microphone also has a windscreen on top of it, which dampens the sound a little bit. It takes up the higher end, but that's good for me because otherwise my voice sounds really squeaky and high. Doggy, doggy, don't fall asleep, doggy. You're gonna make noises, doggy. Doggy, no sleep, doggy. Doggy, wake up! Dog. Just what I have to deal with. Doggy, doggy, doggy. Doggy, doggy. No, wake up, doggy. You're gonna make noises. You can't make noises. You go back to sleep now. There's no dreaming. Sam Ash asks, which SCP is your favorite, and have you played the game at all? I assume by the game you mean Containment Breach. I have played Containment Breach. I've not finished it. It's actually how I got into SCP because Markiplier was playing Containment Breach, and I was like 14, and I saw him play it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really cool! So I looked up the wiki, and the rest is history. I haven't finished Containment Breach because it's a hard-ass game, and so I get scared. Mr. Statue Man and I do not see eye to eye. As far as SCPs go, I think my favorite has to be 093. The Red Sea object. That one scares me and weirds me out, and I love it. Mac Bones asks, if at all possible without copyright issues being placed due, think you could voice over manga or comic stories with friends as a side series for the channel. That is actually one of the end goals of this channel. Once I actually find friends who are willing to do this with me on a long-term basis, there are 2 manga in particular that I feel like got really skimped on the anime because they're both amazing series and they deserve so much better. Black Butler! Berserk! So I feel like I'd love to dub the entire manga with a cast of friends that come back like twice a month and just record more chapters. But also just because I love CL Phantom Hive and I really want to play him and voice him and eventually play him in a live action adaptation that I will write because he's such a little shit and I love him. He's my baby and I want to play him so badly and I can do a really good voice, so shut up. Matthew Bertrand asks, are there any voice impressions you do which you have not shown on the channel? I haven't really shown a lot of my accents yet. I can actually do a lot of accents. I can do about 5 different British ones. I can do regular British, I can do Cockney, I can do Irish, I can do Scottish, and I can maybe do little Welsh, but not really very well. I can also do solid Russian accent. You know, vodka and all that. It does help that I have ancestry in Ireland, England, and Russia, so that really helps much. I haven't done this voice quite enough. This is my fun voice. I used it for Isabel Entertainment in Assistance for the Boss Lady, but other than that, I haven't used this voice enough. This is a great voice. A lot of the voices I just come up with as the need arises, though. I haven't done enough guy voices. I consider myself actually really good at doing male voices who are people under the age of 15. I can't do adult male voices, but you know, you saw earlier my CL Phantom High voice. I think it's pretty good. I have a lot of kid male voices too that I can do, a wide variety of them, and I just really like voicing male kids. I don't know why I do, I just do. I haven't done enough kid guys yet, which I will remedy very quickly when I start doing Hive Swap. That'll be fun. Eshok7 asks, can you read more Creepypasta? That is the next thing I'm thinking of getting into, actually. Which is great that you brought it up, because now I can advertise it. I don't know why I never really read much Creepypasta. I mean, I love horror, but I've never really read a lot of Creepypasta for whatever reason. I did read Ben Drowned. That one was good. And Herobrine, of course, because what 12-year-old kid doesn't play Minecraft? But I never really got into them until recently. Until I saw how successful Yuri.char was, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is a thing I should be looking into. So I've read a bunch of them. I recorded a short one that'll probably be up tomorrow, maybe. I think it'll be tomorrow. That is essentially, it's the sequel to Psychosis. It's eating disorder. And I did that one first specifically because it's kind of shorter. And I like to do short little tests to see if this is a thing I should keep doing, but I think it'll be a good thing because a lot of people have asked me if I will do more Creepypasta. So yes, I'm definitely gonna do more Creepypasta. I really want to read Ben Drowned actually, but that one's really long, so I'm not gonna read that one first. That'll be second. I'll read that eventually, I'm sure. Yeah. Roboen Noodleshuck asks, show us the other side of the jacket, please. Worf. As you can see, I'm Harley Quinn in the streets and Joker in the sheets. Oh yeah, here's a better shot of it. Beautiful. It's my Harley Quinn jacket and my Joker jacket on the other side. It's pretty dope. And with that is most of the questions answered. I'm not sure all of them will make it into the video because this has taken like 50 minutes to do. I'm gonna cut a significant portion of it out, obviously, because it's just me sitting and looking at my phone trying to find the comments. But thank you all so much, seriously, for 5K. That's crazy. That's crazy. So thank you guys so much, really. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Now I can do theater next semester and hopefully find some more friends, and I won't have to get a job. That's great, awesome. And I can make more videos for you guys because I like doing this. I mean, I talk about making money a lot off of this channel, but I'm so glad I get to do this instead of getting a job. This is amazing. Like, I didn't think of it as a job until like a month ago, but like, I realized, oh yeah, I'm sitting down and I'm actually working for like 2 hours. Like, but I love it. Like 75% of the time, I love doing this. Like, I wake up and I go, oh, what video am I going to make today? Oh yeah, I have this video I'm going to make today, and I'm going to record some other stuff later today. That's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to this. This is fun, and I look forward to reading all your comments because you guys are legitimately like the nicest people ever. And I love you all. Don't change. Thank you guys a lot. This is Hedgehog signing off. I will see you all tomorrow.